Adrenal fatigue. I am getting so many emails from exhausted people. It's an epidemic. And this does not surprise me because stress beats up the adrenal glands. Yes, consistent high cortisol levels keep them under attack, and they sometimes just cannot go on. And also, most women, and I don't say this lightly, most women in perimenopause and menopause will have some degree of adrenal fatigue. Hormone balance and adrenal fatigue go hand in hand. At this point, your ovaries are not producing much hormone, so the adrenals try to compensate, but they're already tired from churning out adrenaline. So now they are definitely overstressed. Some of the symptoms quickly: difficulty getting up in the morning, afternoon fatigue, mild depression, less enjoyment of life, inability to focus, even on small tasks, feeling better only after eating, cranky, unable to cope with any stress, lashing out at people, emotional turmoil. And these are just a few. My written handout has all of the other symptoms for you to take a look, and I'd love to put this in your hand. I have heard from women whose families have given up on them. One woman said she was so cranky for so long that her entire family got in the car, drove off, and stayed away for 2 weeks. Others said their families completely disassociated with them and stopped inviting them to functions. Oh no! And doctors are not helping. So, what to do? If you have adrenal fatigue, you need a targeted support for the stressed and fatigued adrenal glands that will restore them to normal function. Unaddressed adrenal fatigue only gets worse as time goes on. I have heard from people who, after a while, literally cannot get out of bed. And adrenal fatigue and insomnia also go hand in hand, so now you're not sleeping and you're even more tired. I have heard from person after person who's gone to doctors with symptoms of adrenal fatigue and been scoffed at. Doctors are not ready to admit it exists or to diagnose it as a true illness. Some will want to give you thyroid medications or sleeping pills or antidepressants, and maybe you already have thyroid issues. Well, if you do, ladies and gentlemen, you must treat the adrenals before the thyroid. Otherwise, you're revving up your metabolism and the adrenals get more and more and more tired. Also, if you have adrenal fatigue and it's not addressed, your thyroid medications will not work as well. So, Barbara, what can we do? The best hormones to support the adrenal glands are progesterone and DHEA. These are hormones that cortisol tries to usurp. They're a powerful duo. They're available over the counter. There are also some great herbs and vitamins that nourish the adrenals because they improve the release of Adth, which is adrenocorticotropic hormone. Adth regulates levels of cortisol. I love this formula. It's called Super Adrenal Stress Formula, and it was developed by Dr. James Wilson, who's a premier adrenal fatigue expert. Dr. Wilson researches and understands adrenal fatigue. He lectures all over the world. He recognizes that it's a diagnosis, and he developed his formulas after years of research and treating adrenal fatigue patients. Users feel better fast in 1 to 2 weeks. I've had some report in just 2 days because it helps replenish your depleted adrenal nutrients and helps normalize adrenal hormone production. You feel calm and steady but energized. For severe adrenal fatigue, like an adrenal crash, there's Dr. Wilson's Adrenal Rebuilder. Okay, you want to know. I suspect I have some degree of adrenal fatigue, but I don't know. Is it mild, moderate, or severe? Well, here's what I want you to do. Simply email me for the Adrenal Fatigue Questionnaire. It's 3 pages, and the first 2 pages are front and back. is very comprehensive. It'll take you a little time to fill it out. There are 6 separate sections. You'll give yourself a score for each section. And at the end, you will calculate your total score, and you'll see you have no adrenal fatigue, mild, moderate, or severe. So it's a great comprehensive resource for you. And when you email me, I'll also send you information on adrenal fatigue and DHEA, and also how to eat if you have adrenal fatigue. Adrenal fatigue is real and it's treatable. No families disowning us or driving off. We want to be the people that others love to see coming. We don't want people running when we come around the bend. We need to be lights for the world. And we cannot be a light if our light is extinguished.